Hello my friends, I'm SimTer now, back with episode 2 of my SimTer Milan career mode series versus Merolan. As always, a link to his channel will be in the description below, and you guys know the basis of this career mode. We simulate all of the games in the series and see who does the best at the end of every season. And like I said before, I don't know how many of these seasons we're going to do, but yeah, in this game we're going to play, or not play, we're going to simulate through the first pre-season friendlies that we have, the first 3 of those. And then we're going to also attempt some transfers, see what happens with that and those shenanigans. But yeah, let's dive straight into it. Our first simulation game is against Newcastle. We had to make the substitution because Hernandez is injured. I'm not sure why, because in Merolan's version he isn't. So it's kind of weird how that worked out, but meh. So we've put Guarin back in, and this is the team we're going to be playing with in the first game, I believe. No, we don't really want to make any changes. So yeah, this is the team we're going to be running with. We're going with Bonazzoli, the unknown striker, who is the only other option I have because, like an idiot, I sold Alacio, was it? Last week. So yes, this series will now be uploaded every Monday and Friday, I believe. And then the French Revolution will be up every Thursday. But yeah, Bonazzoli 12 minutes in scores the first goal. We're not going to bother sitting and watching the whole thing. We're just going to simulate quickly through. We drew 2-2. Podolski got his first goal under my rule. Jesus got injured. I'm not sure for how long. We'll find that out now. But that's not bad. That's okay. We got some emails back. They want 10 million euros for Adebayor. Real Madrid want 47 million for Karim Benzema. I couldn't see us get Benzema first. Alright, so Hernandez is back now. Jesus is only out for 3 days, so that's not too bad. With Adebayor, I'm not sure we want to pay 10 for him. I think 8 was high enough, to be honest. But we have other attempted signings that are out at the moment. We're going to look at them quickly here on our transfer negotiations. One just sent out Ibra and Lacazette are the 2 we haven't heard from yet. We'll hear back from them very soon, I'm sure. Let me just quickly check Foothead mid-video again because I'm that well organised that I already had it opened. Just to look at possible potential signings in terms of just strikers, because at the moment we're struggling. We do need a new striker. I mean, Bonazzoli scored, yes, but that was in a pre-season game, and I can't see him scoring goals throughout the season, being what, 61 rated I think it was. So looking at Foothead, some possible potential players we could get are strikers. Maybe Carlos Tevez, but because he played for a rival team I can't see that happening. Maybe the likes of Negredo, Dzeko, Dumbia, Martinez, players like that. Let's look at Martinez actually, because I don't think he'll cost too much. I think he has been recently transferred though, which is annoying. Where is he? Jackson Martinez. Why are you not come up? There he is. Jackson Martinez, age 27, so he's kind of old, he's pretty experienced. He's valued at 18.5 million. I don't think he'll be worth that much, to be honest. So we'll offer them 12, see what we can get. 12 million's a fair deal for him, to be honest. They'll probably come back and be like, are you mad? But yeah, that's another player we're going for. We're going to skip ahead. I'm not sure who else we can go for. Zlatan is too valuable to PSG to let go, even though they have all the money in the world and the potential to purchase any player they want. How much did we even offer for him? Was it 33? Yeah. So yeah, we're going to keep skipping ahead, as I said, and we really need to find some players. A new striker is definitely in the cards. If you didn't offer Shaqiri, I would accept your offer if you give me 25 million. Other than that, he ain't going nowhere. Alright, so this isn't even against Real Madrid Castilla, this is against the actual Real Madrid, which is annoying because like it is, we're going to lose. As the game sims out, I'm going to look at possible potential strikers to go for. We could go for the likes of Gomez, maybe Kiesling, Soldado, Hernandez, Eto, players like that. We're actually 1-0 up, which is surprising. They have a lot of their first team players out, so again, surprising. They don't have Varane on. We're now 2-0 up. Icardi scored a goal. Bonanzoli's been subbed off for Donker. We've actually just beat Real Madrid in a friendly. Away as well. Okay, so when you simulate games on FIFA and you're away, the likelihood is you'll lose. I'm not sure why that is, but that's always been the case for the past like 3 FIFAs. Anytime I've simulated games in a career mode, that's always been the case. I'm not sure why. The home advantage definitely stands when you simulate games, and it's something they've implemented which is very realistic, and then obviously shocks like that can happen. But that's very surprising to see that we just beat them. They want 32. No, we're not going to bother with Lacazette. He's too young. I mean, he's decent rated already, but I don't have the money for him, to be honest. So, players to look at. We could try like a Hernandez maybe, or Soldado, or Higuain. Alright, let's just look for potential strikers. We're going to just put in all of our transfers for one striker basically, and then maybe a cam like I said, but we don't really need one, just if we need to switch things up midway through the season or whatever, but I can't see that needing to happen. Javier Hernandez, 26 years old, valued at 14, he's only on loan at Madrid. I should have known that as a Man U fan, that's very bad. Let's look at players like Negredo and Soldado. We could even look in the MLS. He's on loan as well. Alright, let's look at the MLS. Look at potential strikers in the MLS, because they have players who are old, they are experienced, where players usually go to finish their careers. Let's look for Henry. And as an Irishman, this goes against everything I stand for, because Henry is the biggest prick in the world. As an Irishman, that's what I believe. He may have even retired because he did download later squads. Right, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Who do we go for? It's so hard when you have such a limited fund. Suddenly you'll go into career mode and pay like really low prices for really young, low-rated players. But you can't do that. I'm gonna go out on a limb and look at this guy. He was the first ever team, oh no, he wasn't the first ever, but he was one of the few team of the years I got on FIFA 14. He was 81 rated or something stupid like that, but it was actually a pretty solid card. It did look nice as well, obviously, because it was the blue and yellow. Who else could we look at? We could look at Torres, but I think he just recently signed. I think we looked at him in the last episode as well. Yeah, he's online, I'm pretty sure. They purchased him fully, but people do want to update that. So we only have one striker going into the next episode, which is disappointing unless they just come back and said no. Do we want to sell Shaqiri and then getting a younger right mid? But he's pretty young. I mean, the minimal I take is 23. I'm sorry, but it has to be done. I can't sell him for a low price just because he's young talent, isn't he? So in our third and final game of this episode, we are coming up against PSG, who are the team who refuse to let us... I'm muddling up my words. Use your words for them. They are the team who refuse to let us sign Ibrahimovic, who they aren't even using despite the fact he was so dear to their hearts and so integral to their future as a club. And we are currently beating them 1-0. Everything that's happened so far in this game is happened to us, and then Lucas scores in the 40th minute. I should just shut my mouth. Icardi missed a penalty. Warren scores to make it 2-1 for us. We're just going to skip, because we don't really need to watch that. We won 2-1, so that was 2 out of our 3 pre-season friendlies that we've won. We actually beat Real Madrid in one of those games as well. We do still need to find some strikers. I'm gonna use one of the scouts because I haven't actually used them properly yet in FIFA, which is ridiculous. He's in transit, isn't he? Fuck. Alright, we're gonna give this scout something to do. If we look in where do we look though? That's the thing. we'll look in. Alright, so we'll send one. Oh, one of our scouts already in this country. Alright, so we'll set up the instructions so that people are looking for players who are strikers, they're experienced, they're prolific, basically all of those things you'd want normally from a strike or a person. Didier Conan. You, my friend, your Conan's potential, mate. Your Conan looks like a solid choice. We could go for Huntelaar. He's getting old. Let's go for Huntelaar. Right, we'll put in a bid for Huntelaar. We'll put in 20. That's lower than his valuation, but I mean, he's old. He's going to start diminishing after 2-3 seasons anyway. And 20 million for him is not bad at all. I mean, who else could we go for? I don't know why I hadn't looked at this before, to be honest. Bishovic, no, Ramos. Could we go for Ramos? I recently arrived, apparently, even though if you download the latest squad updates. Grosskreutz. Can he play right mid? There's a chance we could push him to right mid. You could look at Modeste. He's not a bad choice for a striker. Let's scout him a little bit. So we do have a lot of players to look at now. We have more than I was expecting to find. Look at Dost. Wolfsburg strikers having a pretty decent season from what I'm aware of. We'll put in an inquiry line. The first time I'll put in an inquiry for a player. They'll probably come back with a ridiculous price. Your Conan is a potential signing, so we'll scout him and then we'll look again to place a bid for him in the next episode. But this is how things are going at the moment. We are looking for players possibly in Germany. We'll now look in Spain as well. We've looked at Bakar, we put in a bid for him. Charles. We could put in. No, Turan's going to cost a ridiculous amount, isn't he? I was going to say if we sold Shaqiri, we could have gone for Turan, but it's going to cost quite a lot. Dos Santos, possible signing. We'll put in a bid for Dos Santos because they want about 20, so we'll put in a 15 million bid. He's a crucial first team player, but we're paying over his valuation. We could go for Uche. I'm not sure what his stats are like. We'll scout him just to see what his stats end up coming out like. I can't even pronounce his name. Azurets, whatever that is. Castro, no, he doesn't look like he has very high rating. So we want players who are sort of prolific. They have a sort of high rating. And yeah, so we're not looking for too much from a player. We're not looking for someone who's obviously we'd love a world class player, but we're likely we're not going to get one. Could go for Gamiero. He's not a bad player and he's pretty cheap apparently. So we'll put in a 13 million bid for Gamiero. This has become a pretty long episode now. So what we've managed to do in this game is to win our first 2 of our 3 pre-season friendlies. So we're now up to the same stage that flying sheep. Oh no, silly me. We're now up to the same stage that Merolan is at. We've put in bids for players such as Huntelaar, Dos Santos and Gamiero. We've inquired about a few players to see what their stats come back looking like. So we want someone around the 78, between 78 and 82, 83 rating. That's the most likely we'll get, who are around 27 years old. Because those are the players we're looking at. Because like I said, we want prolific players, not youngsters who are coming up in the ranks. So just going to simulate forward a bit to our first game of the season. Oh, we've received an offer for Handanovic. That's not bad for a goalie, but I don't want to sell Handanovic because he is a good goalie. He's 85 rated. I didn't even realise he'd be that much. So they want 10.5 million for Dost. We're going to continue scouting him just to see what his stats come back like I said. And yeah, instead of elongating this, I'm just going to end it here, guys. So this has been episode 2 of the SimTer Milan career mode series against Merolan. I haven't watched his video yet, so I don't know where he's at the moment. I think if we don't watch any of each other's videos, then we'll sort of get a better idea of where things are at. That made no sense. But yeah, I'm really confused, I'm tired, it's early when I'm recording this, and I'm stumbling over my words now. But as always, a big thank you for watching my video, guys. If you haven't been, do feel to leave a like. This was, like I said, episode 2 of the SimTer career mode series against Merolan. And yeah, I'm pretty confident about the way things are going with this series. We have potential strikers to look at, and we may end up even looking for a right mid as well if we do end up selling Shaqiri. So yeah, as always, I've been Sully. Links to my Twitch and Twitter in the description below, as is a link to Merolan's channel. So subscribe to him if you are new and you are enjoying this series, to enjoy it just as much on his channel as well. And it'll be nice to see both perspectives on it. So yeah, as always, my friends, I've been Sully. This has been SimTer Milan career mode series episode 2. And yeah, peace.